everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Allison Price. If you are new, I have been doing pregnancy videos so far, but I want to get into some maybe do-it-yourself, lifestyle, other mom videos eventually as well. But I'd love if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Today I'm going to be sharing with you about our NICU experience. If you're new, I gave birth to my second child, a baby girl, 5 weeks early, and so I had a couple followers reach out to me interested in kind of hearing about what it was like being in the NICU, so I'm really excited to share our journey there with you all today. Both of my kids are sleeping, so I'm gonna try and make it through this video before they wake up from their nap. I also have my just notes about our experience here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. Graylin was born 5 weeks early, and she weighed 4 pounds 12 ounces and was 18 inches long. It was a traumatic birth for both her and I, and if you'd like to kind of hear about my labor and delivery, I'll link that up here somewhere, as well as in the description box down below. After Graylin was born, she was whisked away and spent 8 days in the NICU. She was due November 3rd, and originally we were told that our baby would be in the NICU until her due date, but thankfully she got to come home early. Once she was taken to the NICU, they did a whole bunch of tests to just see what kind of help she needed from the doctors and nurses taking care of her. She had a mask on called the CPAP mask, and it's a little mask that goes over their face, tubes into their nose, and it delivers constant pressure just to keep their lungs expanded, and this just helps with their breathing, and so that no apnea occurs, and so that those lungs stay open. I'll insert a picture of her with her little mask on here. Graylin never needed oxygen, she just needed that mask, and she had the CPAP on for 2 days, which is incredible. Lots of the babies in there had oxygen for weeks even, and she did so well. Her lungs were pretty much fully developed by the time that she had been born, which is incredible. I got to hold Graylin for the first time 24 hours after she was born. She just had a bunch of stuff hooked up to her, and so it made it harder for us to hold her. She had a little tube in her belly button that helped with feeding. She had a tube in her nose that also helped with feeding. I was able to pump, and so they were feeding her that milk, which was awesome, and I think that's a huge reason why she did so well, because she was getting the breast milk right away. Graylin was born on the 29th, and on the 30th I was kind of feeling a bit better, and so we went and got to meet with her doctor, and her doctor sat down with us and just discussed what it was going to be like being in the NICU. She explained to us that Graylin needed to start feeding either by breast or by bottle consistently in order to go home. She also needed to gain weight in order to go home. She needed to be off all monitors and like breathing apparatus, IV, all of that stuff needed to be gone. She needed to be pooping, peeing, all that kind of stuff normally. She also needed to pass a car seat study. The car seat study is where your baby is put in her car seat for 90 minutes, and they have to not go into distress or anything, like be okay being in that position. And so after hearing all of this, I felt really discouraged and felt like we were going to be in the NICU for forever. After meeting with the doctor, I felt lost and just overwhelmed, and so I was like, okay, we need to start telling people that we need their prayers and that we need their support for our baby. Like I just didn't know what to do, and I was still really afraid and unsure of what was going on. And so I just contacted both my mom and Michael's mom, and just said, like, we got to get people praying. We just need support right now. We're feeling very discouraged and we're afraid for our baby girl, and we're going to be here for a while. So yeah, we just need all the people who love and care about us to just surround us in this time. And everybody was awesome. We have the best family and the best friends. We are so, so blessed. On October 1st, we were staying at the NICU, at Ronald McDonald House. And so we went there for the night and then got up to go and spend the day with Graylin in the morning. And we walked up to her little isolette that she was in, and all I remember saying was, "Look at her hair." Because before then she had this hat on, she had the mask on, like it was hard to see what she really looked like. And by so the 30th we saw her and she was still hooked up to everything. On October 1st in the morning, the CPAP mask was gone, and I could not believe it. And the doctors and nurses couldn't believe it. They're like, she's doing awesome. She's stable without it, so she doesn't need it. And then after that, they told us that we got to try breastfeeding, and I was so excited, but I was also nervous because they kind of warned me that NICU babies, or babies that are early, their suck isn't good. They just they can't handle the flow of the milk, and so they just were warning me because they didn't want me to feel too discouraged if it didn't work out. So with that being said, they kind of left us alone and to try breastfeeding. And so I got her, they gave her to me, and then they left to just give us some privacy. And I held this tiny, tiny baby in my arms, and I was like, okay, let's do this, baby girl. So I held her up to myself, and she latched instantly. It was absolutely incredible. I just started crying tears of joy. It's like she was born to feed. And her nurse at the time came around, and she could not believe what she was seeing. She said that never happens, that a baby this early and this small breastfeeds like that. They just couldn't believe it. So after that initial feed, and because she did so well, they're like, if you're here, we can you can try breastfeeding. But then they would top her up with a bottle just to make sure that she was getting enough. And before and after feeds, they would weigh her to see if she was taking, how much she was taking in. So they were very careful to watch and make sure that she was eating the correct amount. And that amount they would increase every single day until she was at a point where she was gaining weight and eating the right amount consistently. By October 3rd, Graylin had gained weight. This also is not normal at all. The doctor said that often babies just drop and drop and drop, and it's really hard to get them gaining weight. Graylin initially dropped to 4 pounds 2 ounces, but by the 3rd she had already gained weight, and so she felt comfortable taking her IV out. This was another moment for us where it was like, wow, God is with us. He's taking care of our girl, because that's the only way that we can explain how well she did and how quickly she progressed. Also on October 3rd, because she was doing so well, we got to start being semi-normal with her, where we could take her out and hold her. We could change her diapers, take her temperature, do the weigh before and after feeds. And so things were starting to be really encouraging for us. And the doctors and nurses were just amazed at how much milk I had, considering I had a C-section, and how well Graylin was doing considering how early she was. On October 4th, we got to give Graylin her first bath, and she absolutely loved it. I was really nervous, and so the nurse just bathed her and we watched. I was nervous just because she's so tiny, and she just seems so delicate, and so I just wanted the nurse to kind of show us like the best way to handle such a small baby. And then after that, the doctor came to see us again, and she said that she thinks Graylin will get to go home by Sunday. And I just remember just this flood of emotion hitting me. Like, I'd felt like we'd been there forever when really we'd only been in there a few days, and I just was so thankful and so excited that we might get to have our baby home in time for Thanksgiving. Friday, October 5th, Graylin turned 1 week old, and that was the day that the doctor told us she would be ready to go home if she passed her car seat study on Saturday night. So we were praying and really hoping that she did well and that we could take her home on Sunday. On Saturday, Asher came up to stay with us, and that's when he got to meet and hold Graylin for the first time. I have some footage from then. It's not the best quality, but it just absolutely melts my heart, and I'm excited to share it with you, so I'll insert that here.
She's getting, no, careful. Careful.
Be gentle.
Be very gentle. Be gentle.
Oh, sweetheart.
Are you giving her a huggy?
Oh.
You gotta be so gentle. Be so gentle, so gentle. Is that your baby? Very gentle. No, not her head. Don't touch her head. Is that your baby?
Baby.
Asher, what's her name?
Yes.
Can you say great?
Granny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is she nice?
Nice.
Do you love her?
He is the absolute sweetest, and he, even to this day, is still obsessed with her. He is the best big brother, and they're just going to be best friends. So on Sunday, October 7th, we got to take Graylin home. Saturday night, she passed her car seat study, and they said that she was ready to go home. And so we took our baby girl home, and that's when she got to meet and get snuggles from my family and Michael's family, and it just was a time of rejoicing together and just truly being thankful for all God had done during this journey of the birth and the NICU. And yeah, it's just, we are so thankful. During our stay, we got to be at the Ronald McDonald House, and even now, like, I could get emotional just thinking about it, because I don't know what we would have done without them. They let us stay there in this beautiful home. Like, the room we had was absolutely beautiful. It was like a fancy hotel, and they had meals for us. They had toys for Asher to play with. It's such an incredible organization, and I never realized what they did for people and until we were there, and like, we needed that. It's not easy for me to ask for help, and it's not easy for my husband to ask for help, and in those moments we desperately needed that, and so it was good for us to receive that. And I think it's important to support that organization, and one way you can do that is by going to McDonald's and getting the Ronald McDonald heart-shaped cookies. The proceeds of that go towards Ronald McDonald houses in Alberta, I believe. So yeah, if you're picking up a burger, grab some cookies too and support an incredible organization. We are so thankful. If you're from Ronald McDonald House, or you volunteer there or work there, we're thankful for all you do, and thank you for helping our family in our time of need. I also just need to talk about the doctors and nurses. I'm so thankful for them and just how they took the best care of our baby girl. I was blown away by their service and care that they provided for all of us. They always were there, like explaining things. I just know that they were thinking and doing the best that they could for her, and I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt like, I don't know, I just felt so comfortable there and just so supported by everyone at that hospital. And we are so, again, if you're from Red Deer Hospital, thank you for all you do. Thank you for loving on our family and for taking care of our baby girl. I can't talk about our NICU experience without talking about our friends and family who sent us encouraging messages, came and visited us. We love you guys, and we are thankful for the support that we received. We are thankful for the prayers that you made for us, and we just feel so loved and so surrounded by the best people. And I also want to thank my followers for your encouragement, your comments, your love. I love you guys, and I love that you're a part of this journey with us. And I just want to say in closing that God is good and He is faithful, and we are so happy that Graylin is here, and we trust that He has an amazing plan for her little life. And so yeah, I hope you guys are encouraged and enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and give my channel a follow. I would love to have you guys along on this journey with me and my family. Now a family of 4. So crazy. Anyways, I hope that you guys are having a good day and that you feel loved today. Bye guys.